So we are going to be talking today about how do you make video content that's actually captivating. One of the things that I see people struggle with the most when creating their video content is being absolutely afraid that they're going to come off too pushy, too salesy, too aggressive when they're talking about their product or their service. And then as a result of that, they lose their audience's attention. Another struggle that I see video content creators struggling with is their clarity of messaging. So if you are doing a message that is too long and it's too complicated and you have lost your audience, caught up in all the details, they aren't going to stay engaged with your video content. So let's be honest, like, who has gotten lost before in some long complicated video and you went down a rabbit hole and the messaging was very off? Or you clicked on the video, you were thinking that the video was going to be about something else and it took you in a completely different direction. Another thing I see video content creators struggling with a little bit is, look, there's so much competition out there. There's so many good video creators that are out there putting out really good content. And you might be thinking to yourself, what about me? What about little old me? I just want to do a simple little video. And trust me, there's room for that. Yes, it's crowded out there. And yes, the competition is fierce. But there's only one you that has a message that other people are going to resonate with. Video content creators also sometimes miss the mark of understanding the importance of video in post-production, editing in their video in post-production. That's really valuable if you're going to grow a YouTube channel or if you're doing something for bigger purposes. But for just everyday life, just being simple and relatable, and the clearer and the more simple that it is, the more relatable it is. So keep that in mind. What is it that you want from your video to keep it engaging and captivating? If, like I said, you're using it for better purposes, for bigger purposes, such as YouTube, then you might want to think about doing a little bit more editing and post-production. But if it's everyday video campaigning on social platforms or email marketing, keep this in mind that the simpler is better. So how do we overcome some of these challenges and actually create captivating video content? Well, one of those ways is storytelling. Storytelling is an ancient art that's been around for many, many years. Storytelling is a way to connect with your audience, engage with your audience, and create emotion out of your storytelling, which is going to captivate them, bring them in, and draw them in. And then you're going to become relatable. And also, it adds another level of trust. Audience interaction is also another way to create captivating video content. And you can do this by asking your audience a question, asking them to leave feedback in the comments, asking them to reply to your email, whatever it is. But when you ask your audience for feedback, you're engaging them. And somehow that makes the distance between where you're at in front of the face of the camera and where they are watching on the other end. And that keeps them engaged and wanting more because you're asking them to interact with you. This is my opinion. The biggest superpower thing of them all, these were all just tips and tricks to help keep our video audience engaged with the content that we're putting out there. But the thing is, engaging your audience, knowing exactly what they need, what they want, what they care about, and connecting with them on a human level with their emotions, that, my friend, is the superpower right there. Now that you know exactly how they are thinking, what they want, what they need, what they care about, one of the most effective strategies for making a great, captivating video is the way that you introduce that video. You can start off with a strong hook by asking a provocative question or making a provocative statement or giving a startling statistic. You could even jump in with a story. But the whole thing about opening your video with a strong hook is going to grab your audience's attention very quickly. So we talked about one of the ways to create captivating video content is to jump in with a story. Tell a story. It makes you more relatable. And then the second thing we talked about was introducing your story, your video, with a hook. I don't know if you know this or not, but you have 3 to 7 seconds to make a difference before somebody scrolls right off of your video and decides, hey, this video is not for me and it's not very captivating. And then the third thing, be authentic. People want to see you in your natural self, in your natural environment, and for you to be relatable. So don't worry about perfectionism. Throw it right out the window. You'll notice this video is not even perfect. I've stumbled around on a few words. That's because I'm just talking to you from the heart. And so this is what other people want to see too, just the authenticity. In fact, Google even came out with a report at the beginning of 2025 about some YouTube trends and talked about how more and more people are craving that authenticity in video content these days. In fact, they don't even care about the background. In fact, you'll notice I don't even have a professional YouTube studio. I'm right here in my formal living room, which I've converted into an office. You don't care. You care more about the content that I'm producing rather than my environment. So just to wrap this up, creating captivating video content really comes down to just a few things, and that is engaging your audience, using strategies that will grab their attention, and then being very authentic and relatable. There's so many tips and tricks, but at the end of the day, understanding your audience and being able to connect with them through the lens of the camera is the most important value that you can add when you are creating video content for your audience. So if you have loved these things that we talked about today, some of these are tips and tricks, but some of these are strategies, then don't forget to like and subscribe to this video so that you can see more about video content production.